Right, we've now got all 7 drawers glued together, and I've stacked them all up now and put a strip of oak in between each drawer there. The reason I've done that is because we're going to make a shaped rail in the cabinet, so that when each drawer slides in, it's got its independent slot to slide in. There is another way we could do it. We could keep those rails out of there and just make the drawers stacked directly on top of each other, but I think putting this rail in and adding a bit more detail there, it's going to give a nice bit of character, so I've opted to do it this way. Reason for this video at the moment, I've just shown us now we've got all our drawers, and because we've got no plans or anything, we're just making this up as we go along. The foolproof way is to stack all the pieces up, put those rails in, and now we can take a tape measure and of course measure from the bottom to the top, add about 20 or 30 mil on, and that'll give us the total height for the sides. Again, for the sides, if we sort of measure from the front edge of that rail to the back, and go, another 20. We've got a rail to slip in there to obviously when we make the cabinet, so we've got to add another 20 mil on at the back for that back rail to slip in. Also another 10 mil for the back. So when we're measuring up these pieces, we don't want to measure them exact, but always add another 20 or 30 mil on. So in this instance, I've measured 300 mil from the front of the back of that drawer there, all the way to the back of here is 300. So I'll make my side pieces about 330, just to give me that extra bit at the moment, and then we can trim them down to the exact size later on. So yeah, that's just the way we're doing it at the moment. Again, for the top, we can measure across just from here to there and add about another 20-30 mil, and the same for the back, so we've got that bit extra all the time. And then we'll get those pieces cut down and glued together in the next video. Also, while we've got these stacked up, I can take a strip of timber and just place it against these rails on the drawers and mark each one. So we've got what we call a rod, which we can then lay on the side to mark out the slots for the drawer runners to slip into. So we'll do that on another video, just to show you how we're going to do that and get those exact sizes. But yeah, it's all coming on now, just sort of give you an update, and there we are. Catch you later. Yeah, so talking about the rod earlier on, all I've taken there is a strip of white plastic I just found, and I've just marked on the plastic there the bottom of each rail, brass rail, so that I can place that on there now, you see, slide it along. We know that all those bottom cuts are exactly where the slots need to be in the side panel when we manufacture the side panel, and then each individual drawer will hopefully slide in each respective place. And of course, we've got the bit of adjustment on the front, which we can tweak, because at the moment these are sat tight, so we'll just have to take a fraction off just to get them sliding nicely. But you can see that rod there now is quite a foolproof way of all those slots for the drawer rails to slip into. And of course that fits on the other side as well. So yeah, that's just a way we can do that and get every slot in the ideal right place. So just one little point to remember when we're making these marks on the rod, it's the bottom one that we're most interested in. We could make these grooves if we wanted to, 10 mil wide on the drawer sides, but there's one thing that governs it. Our grand creator above, he gave us gravity, and gravity is one of those things we can't defy, so really, realistically, these drawers are always going to drop onto the bottom of this groove that we make. They're not going to suddenly start lifting up, so that's the most important one. And you can probably see on these slots I've made here, just to adjust them all, they are slightly wider. So what I'll do, I'll mark this rod onto me side cabinet when I get to make that side panel, work from the bottom and then just make a 3 mil slot. and that in effect will give us about a millimetre clearance, which will be ideal. But yeah, just to bear in mind, it's the bottom of these slots that we're most interested in. If I put that on there, you find I can't lift it up any, so it's just a nice snug fit, and it slides along there quite nicely as well. So quite happy with that. Okay, catch you next time.